We're working to implement reciprocal sustainability at every level with every action in the company. We know that if we ignore the impact on society, we're eventually going to suffer negative consequences because of it. And I'm by no means suggesting that we are fully integrated into our business model, but that is the direction we're heading, and it really is informing a lot of our big tactical decisions. We also know, as all of you do, that making sustainability work requires broad involvement. Our economic sector, that means maximizing benefits from information and communications technology, from ICT. The ICT sector has delivered some of the world's most advanced technological innovations: cell phones, internet, satellite communications. By connecting people and information, ICT also contributes to energy efficiency and will reduce greenhouse gas emissions. At its most basic level, ICT helps us reduce energy basically by just eliminating unnecessary movement. It can move work to people rather than people to work, connect people without travel, facilitate the collection of real-time data so people can monitor business operations, improve transportation and distribution system for things like telemedicine. This isn't a new idea. I mean, we've always known that it's a whole lot easier to pick up the phone and call than drive. But with today's economic challenges, it's kind of become this BFO, a blinding flash of the obvious, using technology to save energy and improve our efficiency. Last November, members of the Global E-Sustainability Initiative, including AT&T, released a report called the U.S. Addendum to Smart 2020, Enabling the Low-Carbon Economy in the Information Age. This report described ICT solutions that can reduce greenhouse gases at levels 6 times greater than what the industry produces, cut CO2 emissions in the U.S. by more than 20% by 2020, and generate energy and fuel savings by as much as $240 billion annually. ICT can do this through smart building design, smart transportation and logistics, travel substitution, and smart grids, something that you all are hearing a lot about these days. Smart grids are a really important part of sustainability solutions. AT&T is not in the electricity business, but we do have a really important role to play here, because what we do every single day, providing intelligent, two-way communications of data, is an integral part of making the electricity grid smart. We make possible these two-way communications between electric companies and the electric meters that are on the side of homes and on the side of businesses, providing valuable data to the utility and in the future to the consumers. So establishing this two-way communications while minimizing costs can enable capital to be directed to other really important smart grid investments. So in addition to bringing the power of wireless and wireline broadband to smart grid, we also bring our cybersecurity expertise, which is also critical for development and growth. So we're participating in smart grid development through utility partnerships, through the discussions of how to create standards, and simply by educating markets about smart grid benefits. And we see utility partnerships as essential to helping bring smart grids to the forefront and helping address regulatory challenges and helping it become a reality in the near future. A key component of ICT's contribution to sustainability is broadband adoption. Connected Nation found that a 7% increase in broadband adoption in the U.S. could result in $6.4 billion per year in savings from unnecessary driving and 3.2 billion fewer pounds of carbon emissions. That's the equivalent of taking nearly 274,000 cars off the road. So enabling technologies such as these will help consumers and businesses transition to an economy with a lower carbon emission. This is a really solid approach, we believe, to addressing security issues, to addressing energy issues and environmental issues that we all face. But even so, there's plenty of education that needs to be done. Last year, we partnered with Cisco, and we surveyed some of our largest customers to determine the extent to which they have a carbon reduction strategy. Though most companies, about 57%, indicated that they either had or were developing a strategy, only about half of those companies had considered ICT as part of that solution. Less than 1 company in 3 overall included the benefits of ICT in their sustainability plans. That's why we're working with our customers to help them better understand the role that ICT can play in reducing their emissions and increasing their energy efficiency. For example, the American Consumer Institute reports that if video conferencing substituted for 10% of business travel, just 10% of business travel, it would reduce carbon emissions in the U.S. by some 35 million tons annually. That's equivalent to the electricity required to power more than 4.2 million homes annually. I think that's as big as like the whole Boston metropolitan area or something like that. It's just amazing. We're trying to lead by example in this area in video conferencing with a product that we call telepresence. For those of you who have ever experienced video conferencing, I will tell you it is nothing like that. It's video conferencing. It's video conferencing on steroids. With it, participants really forget that what you're seeing on the other side of the table, the virtual table, is really folks who are hundreds or thousands of miles away. It's a real game changer. It's a real game changer for productivity and for energy efficiency. In the past year, this product has helped our CEO cut his travel by 44%. It's saved us millions of dollars. The projections are going forward, it will save us millions of dollars. And in fact, we conservatively estimate that with the telepresence sites that we currently have, we'll be reducing emissions by about 31,000 metric tons over the next 6 years. That's roughly equivalent to the annual emissions generated by more than 5,700 passenger vehicles. So in order to implement technologies like this, smart technologies like this, we have to work cooperatively to ensure the most productive regulatory, educational, and fiscal frameworks are in place. Reciprocal sustainability demands, in part, a framework that accelerates the adoption of ICT. And that means an environment that encourages, rather than directs investment, that ensures security, and that protects privacy. And finally, because broadband technologies are the backbone of ICT solutions, we need an environment that advances broadband technologies rather than dictating their form and fashion. So encouraging broadband for everyone, regardless of where they work, live, or travel, will yield the absolute greatest results. And that's why our partnership is essential. We want to enable access, and we want to encourage adoption. So some of you work in Congress where passing laws and providing policies that influence ICT investments and solutions are on the agenda, and others of you work to educate folks on sustainable solutions. Some of you work in trade associations that have businesses that could benefit from ICT solutions. You know, we all need each other as we come to these solutions. Good things happen when the right rules are in place. And ensuring that there's that win-win solution, that win-win environment makes possible business sustainability and society sustainability. So I'd say to put it another way, it's time to plant the seed corn. It's time to make that wait once and for all. It's time to build the boat that we know that can sail on no matter what's in front of us. AT&T is a partner in that journey. We're looking forward to that journey. I thank you very much today for your time and your attention.